Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. This is video 4 in our Floral Botanical series, and this is my design team project for CollageType for September of 2022. Now, we've gotten the whole back done, and I've got some paper set aside to be the card, because remember, we have a big pocket in the center of the whole deal. So we'll set that aside, and then we're going to do a few of the ones in the front. Not all of them, and not all of the pockets and things are going to be on there. Like I said, once you see me do a few, then you'll know how to do the rest. There's not that many. Really, this is a small stack compared to most of the ones that I do. So let's move these to the side, and let's take the papers for 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2. All right, so this is going to be the front of the stack right here. I really like this. It's small enough to fit on the card, or just the right size to fit on the card. And then we're just going to put this on the back. We're going to put this on the top of the back so that when we put a pocket on, then we still have this pattern. Okay, so let's set that one to the side for right now. Then let me just say this. On number 3, oh, I did put a couple of magnets in. I was worried about this flopping, even though we had the tie. As soon as you undo the tie, if you do anything, then that flops out. So I put a magnet there. Then I was also worried about, once we got the paper on, that this would be heavy and that it would flop out. So I went ahead and put magnets in there. Okay. That makes, I think, 10 magnets for this project, and it isn't even that big. So when you're doing, and the tie to hold it shut, the whole thing shut. The magnets just hold the little parts shut. Okay? So remember that when you're doing an envelope stack. Now, some people don't put any, and that's fine. Personally, I don't like it when the whole thing, pretty much explodes when you untie it, or flips all open if you hold the book up. So let's go ahead and measure for this one. Now remember, we want the middle, and I think if we cut, well, it's just above. I was going to say it's just above and just below where the writing is. Move this up a little bit. I think we're going to just remember, you want your little edge. Oops. Remember, Terry, you want that little edge. That's too close. No, that's too close. It's almost the top and the bottom of the text part, and that's what's making it kind of hard for me to get it centered up. These are the tabs that I used on the inside. I did put a tab on a couple of the envelopes, cards that we did make, and so I used a die to cut these out. People call these whale tail tabs, but really any Stampin' Up! Tab cutter, or cutter, is a whale tail cutter because of the shape of the cutter itself. Even though this does sort of look like a whale's tail, that's not why they're called that. Look it up on eBay. Look up whale tail tab. or punch and see what you get. Yeah, that's right. What is this? Just below. Well, if we're going to do it, then we might as well do it where it gets the shadow, but I'm not cutting off any of this. Now, if I mess this up, all I have to do is print another one. It's just paper. I'll be mad. Don't get me wrong, I'll be mad. Okay, and then we still have to cut the width. Well, that works for me. Now, let's get this centered. Now, let's keep the shadow, and let's keep the edge. So, let's do it there, and let's do it here. You see what I mean? The shadow. Since we kept this shadow here, we might as well keep this shadow here to make it look correct. And not inking these papers has made my life a lot easier. That's for sure. Wow, it's almost a hair too wide. Almost. Oh, it looks like it's crooked. By about a 16th. Wonder how I did that. That looks a lot better. Yep, I believe that side was a little crooked. Okay. And someone asked me what glue this is, this clear glue that gives me that little bit of wheel time, and this is called Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix, either one. It just depends on which one's cheaper on Amazon. I think I got this, a big bottle, for $11, which is actually expensive for a glue, but cheap for this. I've seen it as high as $15. Now you know why I only do the edges. If you don't need to do the center, then why do the center? All right, I think that looks good. I think that's going to be good on our front. Now let's do the back side real quick. Remember, we're doing this at the top. So if we flip it around and do it this way, then we'll be sure to keep that just for the measuring. We don't have to do any centering on this one, so it should be fine. Or, you know what I mean, it should be a lot easier. And then I'll put a pocket or something on the back. I don't want to, this is already, oops, I'm pointing at it way off camera like you can see it. The magnets on the back of 3, on the back of 1, which is on number 2, that attaches it to page 3, is iffy. This one here and this one here. So if I put a pocket on, I still think the cards are thin enough that this is just a hair tall. But anyway, it's thin enough that I don't think that it will make any difference with the magnets because they're so close together. Put this on this way. Yeah, that's better. I've had to ink this some more. I went back and I inked the ones we were going to do on camera more. Oh, my pen is getting very crooked. Thank you, Cassie, for the tangle. I'm not laughing because she gave it to me. I'm just laughing because it's kind of a little running joke that I try to say thank you to her all the time. Because I really am grateful that she sent it to me. I love it. She just changed the name of her shop, and I don't think she's making dangles right now anyway. So I can't tell you what it is. I apologize. She does sell kits, junk journal kits. So that one was fairly easy. Okay. We could let's see what we got here. This is the center of the triangle that we had. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Now, I am not going to use the fold parts. I'll cut those off. But I may put that there. And I did go ahead and ink the pockets. We have been inking the pockets all along, so I guess that's good. I did ink the cards as well. With the darker color, and that was okay because I did it very carefully and just did the edge. You know what I mean? I didn't go to town on it. Kind of wish we weren't losing the collage part, huh? Well, I'm going to save these to go with that word garden. I went ahead and cut it out. I don't know if I'll use it or not, but we don't have any words with this kit, but I have a whole bin full of words. So I'll go through there and get some botanical words. And if we glue this on here, and then I'll make a card for it. Or one of the ones from the, one of the cards from the kit. Or we've got some tags too. So we can put some of the tags in here if we want. Kind of wish I hadn't inked that so dark. Wasn't thinking, I was just trying to get ahead of the game, you know. Didn't realize that I might want to do it differently. But I mean, I would have inked it, but I just wish this edge had been a little bit less. Okay, let's go on to number 3, which is a sweet pea. For sweet pea papers. It's a sweet pea on paper. So what I would like to do is get the word sweet pea on there. So let's take a look at the height. And we can actually cut this part off, and then we'll get more of the flower. So let's move it down to here, mark it. Maybe just a smidge up. That way we can keep the scientific name. And then we'll go up here and get almost all the flower. I love sweet pea, it's so pretty. Yep, that's going to be good. Now let's center the word. Words, plural. Okay, and we'll mark it. And we'll mark it. As you can see, like I said, once you see a couple of these done, then it's pretty easy to figure out how to do the whole darn thing. Even though we had to cut that, I think it turned out pretty good. Looks like I cut it a little narrow. That's all right, we still have enough ink all the way around. Okay. So we'll put that one on. Then I probably will put some of the collage maybe on the back. We've only got 2 collage pages, so, or not only, but we have 2 collage pages, so we can use different parts of the page to make it look different. It's a little more difficult with the flower pages. We don't want to use the same ones right together in here. Although I think it, I mean, we could use a sweet pea here and continue it, but we're not going to. So we're not going to do that side on camera. I'm going to do this one. The papers for that. Okay, now this is the back. Or actually, it's not. Well, yes, it is. We're going to turn this way. And it should just fit. But we're going to do it to get the rose. Yeah, we're going to have to cut off just a smidge. We're not going to use the lady with the baby. Unless I print another page, print another one, you know, to use that image. In fact, that image would fit right there. Okay. A little tall this way. Goodness. Crash bang. And then let's remeasure that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let me get the pencil. And we're gonna, yeah, you're gonna get off easy on this video, I think. All right. Let me get both flowers. Yeah, see how that sticks out? So it's a good thing we put that magnet on there. That's what happens once you put the papers on, even though we've left a gap. Okay? Once you start putting the papers on, it makes it thicker, and then they all start standing out just a little bit. Okay. I think I decided to do flowers on the front and something else on the back, whatever that is. Now this card, or this envelope, I did not, see, I could have moved that over just a little bit, wouldn't have cut off that petal. Forgot to cut it as a pocket. So I'm just afraid to do it. I have to do it before I paper it, that's for sure. I should be able to. Okay, that'll work. All right, so then we'll paper it. Because I was going to make the paper narrower and then put a strip down the side and make a side pocket that way, which we could have done. Let's double check our height now. Which I think we're still fine. I did cut that a little crooked. But we'll make this smaller on the top and then hopefully we won't notice. Not very crooked, just a teeny weeny bit crooked. So then we'll have to put a thumb hole in. Let me get my thumb hole. Punch works great. And so we are memory keepers. You could probably tell that by looking at it, but and it was gifted to me. So thank you very much through my Amazon wish list. It's really hard for me to turn the 1 inch upside down and do it with the way my hands are. And so this is much easier. Okay. Now, what I did in the back with the thumb hole is I put the piece right back in. Otherwise you're going to see the white of the envelope and you can't really ink it without making a big mess. So I just put the piece that I cut out, I glued it right back in, and now it still says dictionary. And it's kind of cool. This card's a little tight, so yeah, I could make it a little narrower, but I don't really want to. And this is not going to have a flip through, I don't think. So it won't matter that it's a little snug. Snug as a bug. Let's turn this around. Wonder how good this is going to work on top of all this. Let's do it this way. Okay, now we're going to grab this piece and we're going to glue it right back in. You have to be careful you don't glue your pocket shut. Just take that little piece, put a little bit of glue on it, turn it right back around, stick it right back in there, line it up, and there you go. You can't see it. Pull the edges of the paper back up. Pocket, did you hear that? See, that would have glued. Now I'm going to reposition this. Okay. You can tell if you've got it right when everything's lined up like a hidden pocket. And then you want to wait and let it dry before you do anything to the envelope. Okay. I don't even know which way it goes anymore. What are we doing? That's a good envelope stack, isn't it? When you don't know where anything goes. It's crooked. So that's that. So now let's put this on the back. And since we've got the pocket up there, then we don't have to worry about back here. But I was thinking of putting a belly band back here. I want to do this way because I want the writing. Once again, all we need is about somewhere between a 16th and an 1/8 of an inch off. That falls into the range of eyeballing it. So this is how much I cut off. How does it look crooked? It was straight. All right. Oh, I know. When I cut the, oh no, there wasn't. Never mind. Never mind. We could do a hidden pocket up the side, or a pocket up the side, a double pocket. That would be a little more interesting. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. Cut this. Now we've kept the text. And we've got this. So if we wanted to do a belly band, we could. I would use maybe this, though. That would be pretty, wouldn't it? What a quandary. Or cut some of this off. It'd be kind of interesting. Collage. Or, no, because you get either part of the head or part of the body. It would look odd to have a baby's foot right in the middle. Let's see what else do I have. If I wanted to do that double pocket, I could use these two flowers somehow. Don't know. Let me think upon it. The silence means I'm thinking about it. The gears are turning in my head. Everything is turning into steampunk in my mind. You have to be careful with your ribbons and stuff too. You have to be careful with your edges to make sure that everything still folds. This one almost goes that way, except for our tie. Oh, we don't want to do a belly band. We got a belly band right there. Okay, so double pocket it is. Get this for the front pocket. So that'll be in the narrower one. And what do we have? Thought I just had. Oh, here they are. I can use this one. No, can't. I want to make the pocket just a little bit wider. Well, that's not going to work now, is it? Because it's so narrow either way to pull the card out. We've got a card in the top. What's going on here? Paper didn't glue down. Got an issue here. Emergency repair. It looks like when I cut off the that little bit of the top, it cut off the little bit of the part that was left that was glued. So that may make our pocket a little bit narrower, but I don't think so. Make sure I got it all. Okay, let's make sure I didn't glue my pocket shut. Not sure what's going on here. Some sort of an odd thing going on. Okay. Looks like I just missed a corner. And then the other side was where I had cut it. Okay. That sure is pretty. Okay, so it's up to you to decide. Oh, I put this here in the center. I love it. It's up to you to decide what you want to do here. I'm still going to think about it and decide what I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and do the pocket or the card. So see, we have a few to do still. Front and back of that, decide what to do with that. Back of this one, decide what to do with it. It's not that much. Not that much left for off-camera work. So if you kind of touch it, then the magnets grab. So let's go back here. I guess I'll have to take the card out. And let's take our card. I'm going to put this on here. It's about the size of one of the scrap ones I have, and I don't want to get confused. So let's see how much we have to cut off here to get it to fit. Oh. It should fit right down in there. Except it's too long. Shouldn't be. Oh yeah, it will be. 2.5 inches. Okay. So I'm going to cut. It should have gone in further than that. You know what I mean? It should go in way farther than that. So I'll look at that. That's all the farther it's going to go. So let's pull it up just a little bit. Doesn't match up. So that's why you're not going to take it back out if you do a flip through. I'm just going to go, and this card comes out. We are going to cut it a little bit shorter and put a tab on it. Oh, excuse me. I didn't realize it was 10 a.m. My alarm for my medicine goes off at 10 a.m. And my phone just happened to be laying over there charging. I didn't think anything else was going to be going off. That make you guys jump? I mean, that should be fine. For goodness sake. All right, that's it. I'm making it a smidge narrower. Even though this was 5.5 and this is 6. Okay, that will be fine. We'll put the tab on it. And this will ink. We're inking the cards in the pockets. So now I've used the smaller tabs on the other things that I've put tabs on. So I'm wondering, I think the smaller tab will be all right on here. So we need to ink it. I'm just going to ink the top of the card on camera, front and back, before I put the tab on. And then I'll ink the rest of the card off camera. Don't need to watch all that. This way we can put the tab on. There's barely any ink on here. That's why I actually went over it a couple times, but I'm just going to fold this in half. Most of you know how to do these, I would think. Glue it on one side, all of it, and then glue it on this side where it's going to stick to the paper. And put it on where this little notch is at the edge of the paper, like so. Squeeze it together. Now, this one sticking out the top, I might want to put it in the center. Oh, this card is white on the back. Okay, I'm going to have to use I'm going to have to reprint this. I forgot I just printed this out to use this, and I thought I was going to glue it to something. I didn't realize I was going to use it as the card, you know, for the inside. So I will make another one, the exact same picture, the exact same size, and put a tab on it, and call that one a day. You could put a charm on it or something if you wanted. So that was how you do that, except it isn't printed on the back to be a card. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably use this in the front then. That's pretty. Pretty, pretty. You can put it back here. We have both sides of this to do. There's no roses there or here. There's roses there. If you open it, and there's roses there. So I'll put that back here. We've got a couple minutes left. Now all we have to do on this one is, like we did the other one, just measure the height and the width. Then remember, well, you know, oh yeah, that's right, because that'll be the front. Okay. Flowers on the front, pockets, and things on the back, whatever you're going to put on there. Pockets, belly bands, tucks. Any of those things will work. Now that would make a good side pocket. And then remember, you also have the option of stenciling, but I think think I've decided that the gray on there is akin to stenciling. So I don't think we need to stencil on the back of these, even though I got these brand new flower stencils. I don't even know how many are in here. Quite a few. Oh, that one's pretty. Anyway. Okay. Things are going off everywhere, aren't they? Something didn't seem right. Anyway. Still looks like we're going to need a little bit of ink on this. We don't need a whole lot, we just don't need it to be white. And we don't need it to be on the paper underneath. Okay. This looks far enough on the bottom and the other parts. Let's see. Let's take a look-see. Perfect. And I did the same on this. What was I thinking when I was building this? Why were we not cutting these for pockets? Now this one, I can actually do. I can open it out like I had it before. And I can trim it on the paper trimmer for a side pocket. Okay, now we're just going to trim our paper. It was a bit of a mess, wasn't it? I should have started the blade in the center and held this down tightly. If you're not sure if it's going to cut or that was laying on there, you know, with that other part. So, yeah, so I should have held it down better. And I wouldn't have had those little crooked parts. So then we're going to go back. I'm going to take a look at it again. We have to ink it. Okay, and then I'll do a thumb hole too. Yeah, it looks like there's plenty of ink on this side. Okay. And it definitely looks crooked to me. Anyway, okay, I'll fix that, and then I'll remeasure this, and then we'll be done with everything except the back of this, and whatever pockets you want to do. Okay? So this one is, you can't use this side as a pocket because it's too close to here. But you could do a side tuck along there. Let's see what the difference is. Three and 3/8. 3.5. Yeah, it's 1/8 of an inch. I think I still need that darker edge. Okay. Now this time, I'm going to measure this at the top and the bottom. In case it's not straight, I'm going to line these up. Then it'll still line up on the envelope. In case it's still a little crooked. So I'm going to put this on the mark on the line, and that mark on the line. Yeah, it looks like it is just a smidge crooked. And then that should fit. Okay. Wunderbar. Okay. So all I need to do is glue that one down. So that was how I matched that bit of an angle. I made this at a bit of an angle as well, and then just made it match because it was only a 1/16, and I don't think that with just regular looking at it, once all the flowers and everything are on it, you're going to notice a 16th. Maybe. I probably would notice a 16th, but I'm goofy that way. I'm one of those people that can look at a room and tell you where all the furniture will fit. Exactly. And then it does. Did that once in my office when I worked at Pearl Vision. Everybody's like, no, that won't fit in there. That won't fit in there. I was trying to put a cabinet in between my desk and the wall. And I was like, no, no. I put it in there and it fit with 1/8 of an inch on either side. It was very, very funny. That was when the O Ye of Little Faith came in. Okay, so we've got that done. So now we're done with just about everything. Back of that, back of this. When you do this, glue the paper here, and then put a little bead of glue across here. Don't put your, glue your paper all the way around. Put a little bit of glue there. Actually, I don't even think you'll need it. I don't think that's going to catch. It's too far down in the pocket. So that's all you do. You can just do your paper as normal when you glue it on, and it'll be fine. The same on this one. They're exactly the same. Okay? Okay, so that's what we've got. I think it's pretty. We lost our... See? Even with the magnet, with all the papers, it's not going to work. So we kind of lost those two magnets. But then it'll tie shut like this. Okay? And you have your sweet pea. And your other flower. I don't know what that is. It might have been written on here, but I don't think so. And then on the back side, we've got our expanding pocket. CD. I made the card with the tag. And the tag in there. And a card in here. We have the card up here. That's going to go up here. Okay. All right. That's it for this series, and there probably will be a flip through, a quick one on this, and then you'll get to see everything all finished. And by that I mean the pockets added on the back of these, and the large card put in the top, and maybe with a charm on it. So, yep, that's it. I will see you in the next video series, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.